like always, I want to thank everybody for coming. Obviously, didn't turn out the way we would like to turn out. We'll start off by giving Michigan State credit. That's a very good football program. They've done a nice job. Got to give them credit. I think the game really just comes down to we had an opportunity to make some plays, weren't able to do that, and had some critical mistakes. We knew going into the game that they were going to overload the box and force us to make plays on the perimeter and the one-on-one, and we weren't able to do that today. I thought our defense, especially once the game got going after the first couple series, played really well. The kickoff return to start the game, made things real challenging, especially with that type of team and that type of offense. So Sam, for whatever reason, hit the middle of the ball and squibbed it down there. We got no hang time and weren't in position to cover. So that's kind of where we're at. Obviously now we'll have a team meeting on Sunday. Come in, discuss some things about what our plans are moving forward. We won't practice tomorrow, but we'll start our bowl preparation and get to work on those things. Those 15 practices will be really valuable. Haven't had those 15 practices the last 2 years. Those practices will be valuable in terms of getting ready for our bowl opponent, but also for building for our future and development. And then obviously we'll be on the road recruiting as well, because that's the other thing that's going to help us moving forward in a large way. So open it up to questions.
Please raise your hand. We have 2 handheld microphones. Bring a microphone to you.
James, the 3 possessions that you had that started in their territory, the 40, 41, 36, you only came up with 3 points out of those. Just how much of a switch was all of that to only get 3 in those types of field positions?
Yeah, obviously when you get field position, you got to take advantage of it. There's no doubt about it. We weren't able to do that consistently. We tried to stick with the running game all day long and not abort it like we've done in the past. And we weren't able to consistently do that. I thought for the most part, most of the game we protected fairly well, but the times that we didn't, were problems with sack fumbles and things like that. So there's no doubt about it. You got to take advantage of field position.
Hi, James. Further in the second quarter, when you got the turnover on Anthony's interception and Christian throws a nice pass to the end zone, goes off Godwin's hands, how did you see that, and how disappointing was that not to convert that into points?
I thought he made a nice throw. I thought Godwin made a nice adjustment on the ball and had a chance to make a big play, momentum swinging play. Did not work out that way. Went off his hands and ended up getting intercepted. There's no doubt. There's no doubt that would have been a big play, get some real momentum for us, and it didn't happen. But I think it was a good ball. I do think that Godwin made a nice adjustment on the ball. I think he's played pretty well as a true freshman. But we need to get more separation. If you look in the passing game, the one-on-ones on the outside, we got to be able to get more separation, either by running by people, also with our route running.
Coach, right ahead. These seniors, obviously, the past 2 years weren't able to have that next game moving forward. How nice is it, or how much hunger do you sense there is among these seniors to go out on the high note after a game like this?
Well, right now they're not thinking about that. It's the disappointment of today. But I do think it does help in that locker room a little bit, the fact that it's not completely over. We still do have another game to play and another game to prepare and more opportunities to be together as a family. We have a lot of work to do, obviously, so I'm looking forward to that time. And also, it won't be just working with the travel squad. I'll be working with everybody, guys that have been redshirting, so looking forward to that as well.
James, big picture, how will you address the offense in terms of, through this bowl preparation? Do you think you guys need some tweaks in it? Is it more than, maybe personnel? Is it part scheme? Because, I mean, if you look at the whole year, I'm wondering how you evaluate the whole offense and its status or lack of progression.
Yeah, I'll go back and evaluate everything at the end of the season. Offense, special teams, defense, personnel, players, everything, every aspect of the program we'll look at from top to bottom. There's no doubt about it. But on the same hand, I've been with these guys for 4 years, and I know what we're capable of, and I know what the schemes do on offense, defense, and special teams.
James, where do you think Christian's head is at this point? He's had a tough year, not much support, not much separation for the wideouts, as you said, and protection problems. Where do you think his head is in general at the end of the season now?
He's frustrated. He's a competitor. He wants to go out and win every single week and use his part of the team that he's responsible for, the offense, to have a big factor in that. So I don't think there's any doubt that he's frustrated moving forward in what he wants to do. He's frustrated. But like I said, meetings, practice, and things like that, he's handled those things the right way. But we got a lot of work to do.
Do you think he has hope for next year that things will get better?
I think our whole team has hope for the future.
James, we always hear about the 15 bowl practices and what developments and how they can help. Can you sort of put into words exactly what you can accomplish? You know, you said working with the whole roster, but can you just kind of break down what sort of things you can do that maybe you can't do during the regular season?
Well, the practices are not just designed, about going against your opponent. We'll do good on good against each other. We'll work. A lot of the guys that we're on scout teams, they'll get an opportunity to work. We'll do some scrimmage situations with those young guys as well. A lot of things from a fundamental standpoint. Obviously having the indoor facility is very, very helpful, but we'll take time to look at all those things.
James, in your mind, to your right, in your mind, what's it going to take to narrow the gap with a team like Michigan State? Is it simply a matter of the sanctions having run their course, or what are the other factors that might enter into that?
Yeah, guys, we've been on sanctions for 3 years. And that's Michigan State, who's been recruiting and building their program for a long time and done a nice job with it. It's one of the better programs. They have more scholarships than we do. And we're going to have an opportunity to get that back and work with those things. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to close the gap by developing the players that we have. And we got great players and good kids here. And we're going to recruit for the future. It is what it is, and there's nobody more passionate about getting those things fixed as quickly as we possibly can. But, there's a difference right now.